Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Worship Drumming. In today's video, we're talking about how to play doubles on the kick drum. A user by the name of B Noble asked if I could make this video on my last video that I made, which was Beat of the Week, talking about how to separate your right hand and right foot. I started playing some of these doubles in to make that beat a little fancier, and he originally thought I was using 2 kick pedals, but really I'm only using 1, and so I'm going to break down exactly this technique that I'm using to get these quick doubles. Now, before we get into this, let's talk about why or when we would ever use doubles in worship music. First off, we are not doing this to draw attention to ourselves because it's not about you up on that stage. Your job is to help lead the congregation in worship. So doing these may draw a lot of attention to yourself, break focus, and make it seem like you're trying to make it about you, when that is exactly the complete thing we are trying to avoid. So whenever we would use these might be during one of the first 2 songs. A lot of churches, they start off with 2 songs and they're really fast, energetic songs. These doubles could be used maybe for a beat in the chorus or maybe just a fill. They don't need to be played throughout the entire song trying to show off and be fancy. Another time this could be used, and this is why I learned the method, is if there's a beat that has 2 16th notes back to back and they're both on the kick drum, and it just seems like you're straining your muscles and you're getting off time trying to hit them. This method that we're going to do is going to be a nice fluid motion to be able to hit both of those notes without feeling like you're getting off time and straining those leg muscles to try to get them in really quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to move down to the floor. I have a little kick pad that you're going to see, and it's going to give you a better view of exactly how these are being played. Then I'll see you back up here at the end of the video to talk about a few more things. All right, so I have us down here on the kick pad to be able to give you a very easy view on exactly what I'm doing and to break down this method. Before we break down this method, let's go ahead and clear up a big misconception and go over 2 important things that we're going to need to be able to accurately play these doubles. First, let's go over the misconception. The biggest misconception is that you need a longboard pedal. If you don't know what a longboard pedal is, basically where this hinge is at here to the top of the pedal is where your foot is able to rest and play the kick pedal. They make longboard pedals which extend so you can fit your whole foot on it, where you can see my heel kind of hangs off there a bit. It's not past that hinge, but it is on the heel plate. They make longer pedals where your whole foot will be able to fit on there. You do not need one of those. I almost fell into this trap of thinking you needed one. I almost went out and bought one, but luckily the store I went to did not have one. Don't go out and waste your money on one if you really want to learn how to play these heel-toe doubles because you don't like that slide technique, which I never really have. 2 big things you need now to have accurate doubles. Number 1 is your throne height. I know you can't see it well in the video, but I like to sit a little higher to where my thigh isn't parallel with the ground. I like to sit with my thigh actually pointed down at the ground just ever so slightly. To me, that helps give me the best accurate doubles and feels good to play without hurting my lower back or anything. Next is your spring tension. The spring tension is just how tight you have this spring over here. You can see mine's got a little bit more tension on it. It's kind of cocked further back. Some, maybe whenever you don't have your foot on it, it's only about that far off the drum. You want to find a nice happy medium that works for you. Not too tight and not too loose. There's other videos that you can find about getting that perfect spring tension if you think that's really needed, if these doubles just are not working for you right now. Let's go ahead and go over the technique now. The technique's going to look like this. We're going to start with our heel in the air, and then I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, and then we'll break it down. That's what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to come over here to the carpet and show you exactly how to do this. Oh, one more thing I need to talk about. This doesn't matter if you're a heel up or heel down drummer. The difference between those is maybe you have your heel in the air all the time when you play drums. Maybe you have it down. Doesn't matter. It's going to work for you either way because I play with my heel up and heel down. Really depends on the song. And this method works for me all the time. Let's go ahead and go over exactly what we're doing. And we'll kind of break down one of the biggest things people miss or do incorrectly whenever they're trying to learn this heel-toe method. So first we're going to start with our heel in the air, with the ball of our foot pressing on the pedal like that, but I'm over here on the ground just showing you the motion. What you're going to do is you're just going to drop your heel, and then you're going to roll up to your toes. And it seems pretty simple, but there's one big thing that's going to influence how all of this works. You need to find the perfect spot to where you drop your heel and roll up. What a lot of people want to do at first, and what I try to do a lot at first, is I wanted to drop my heel to where I'm putting the very back of my heel on the ground and then rolling up to my toe. Kind of like I'm running. So if you were running, you would put your heel all the way down like that as you roll up to your toe, going into your next big stride. That is not what you want. You actually want to drop more like you're dropping flat on your foot. So the bottom center of my heel, I'm trying to drop more on that point. Not exactly on it, maybe a little further back, but I don't want to go too far back where my toes are going crazy high in the air. I want my toes to just come up off the ground a little bit when I drop my heel. Once I do that, all I do is I roll up to my toe. Let's put it on the pedal and see exactly how it works. So you can see when I drop my heel, notice that the beater struck the drum when I dropped my heel. But then it came off because most of the weight of what's going on is back on my heel. Then all I do is I roll up to my toe, and that's going to force the second strike. So you drop, and it's going to hit once. Then you roll up to your toe, and it's going to hit again. Work on dropping that. It's going to hit, and you roll up to your toe. And the more you do it, the faster you're going to find that spot on your heel where you need to drop. Once again, it doesn't need to be at the very, very back of the heel, and it doesn't always need to be at the center bottom. It needs to be, you need to find that happy medium somewhere in between there that works for you to be able to do this. Hey, you guys made it to the end of the video. Now there's a few things I want to talk about before I get off here. I'm currently working from home right now for the next little while, like some of you might be. So hopefully I can start making more videos for you guys about drums and other things. I've talked before on this channel about maybe starting a thing where it's like guitar for drummers. So you kind of already got the rhythm hand down and just mainly talking about the chords. The only purpose of this would just be so you guys can learn another instrument and maybe either just appreciate music a little more or find another way to serve at your church. So I'll probably be coming out with some videos about that, but don't worry, I'll be trying to put out more drum content than I am guitar content. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you learned something new, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Leave any comments, suggestions, or questions you have in the comment section below, and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this in the future, or if you're interested in those guitar videos for drummers. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.